Homogenic was very much about a person that's put into an impossible situation under a lot of pressure. I would work every day for like 16 hours. I think I had 2 days off in '93, 1 day off in '94, and it's including weekends and Christmas and everything. And I was doing kind of 50 things a day. And then you give and you give and you give and you give and you give, and then you feel you haven't got anything more to give. The homogenic character becomes like a warrior, and not a warrior with weapons that wants to fight back, but somebody who wants to fight with love.
For Homogenic, she rang me up. She explained what the album was feeling like. She said it was kind of a blue period in her life. I think she had just finished with Tricky, and she said it was kind of downbeat, very. And she had taken all these references from all around the world, all these types of different singing, kind of types of different pitches in her voice.
It was perfect. He came up with the throat rings I had, the big head, the contact lenses, the long fingernails, a sewn back costume. I couldn't move, but still had to send all the love in the world back to the camera. There was another element to that homogenic character that was quite important, was asking myself a lot of questions like, okay, you're international, your music is international, but what are you? Are you Icelandic? What are you? Where are you from? Like roots. And there was an attempt on homogenic to invent Icelandic modern pop music with the volcanic beats and very over-romantic, patriotic strings.
All these accidents that happen, follow the dot. Coincidence makes sense. Only with you, you don't have to speak. I feel emotional landscapes. They pass on me, the river gets out, and you push me up to this state of emergency.
Whenever I listen to her sing, I always learn something, and I always think, oh my God, that's an incredible surprise to do that chord or that thing there, and completely, it throws me completely.
The beats on homogenic in songs like Yoga, where I literally got an engineer and collected volcanic beats.
Björk definitely uses strange ideas for drums and for beats, but it still fits the part of the world she comes from, the folklore that surrounds it. And Björk music and her sound it got that Norse and that northern feel to it. You know, it's like you could tell that the weather gets pretty cold out there. You know what I mean? Just in the O's of the voice. Coming from Iceland, there's a lot of mythology around that area. I do feel her voice connect to the Norse mythology. You got Freya, you got Odin, you got Thor, you got Loki. But if you look at Freya, she's a warrior type goddess. If you look at Björk, you have a warrior princess type of woman, but she looks so innocent. She hit octaves that could communicate with the whales.
I do hear something in Björk's music that seems to relate very strongly to the shamanistic idea that the world is full of spirits. And when it's, you know, the mobile phone or the laptop computer, and those spirits are as strong whether they're in new technology or whether they're in the paddle of a canoe or, you know, a rock in a landscape. But it's unusual these days for somebody to really explore those almost pagan ideas.
I'd always been 1000% certain that I was an atheist, and then slowly having to realize as I got a little bit older and maturer that perhaps I had a religion and it was nature.
She's very in touch with nature, and what comes out of her is coming from her absolute being. You know, however wonderful certain divas' voices are in the so-called classical world of the West, there's very little that's remotely primordial. One could say that she's the primordial voice of Iceland, I think.